Scene 1. A lavish wedding at a mansion. The camera pans across a grand mansion, beautifully decorated for a wedding. Guests in formal attire are mingling, glasses of champagne in hand. Laughter fills the air. At the altar, the groom, Ryan, a wealthy, charming man in a sharp tuxedo, waits for his bride. His ex-fiancée, Emily, stands among the crowd. She's impeccably dressed, but her eyes betray a hint of nerves. Narrator, voiceover. At a wedding like this, everyone expects things to go smoothly. After all, it's the happiest day of someone's life. Or is it? Tonight, the unexpected is about to unfold. Scene 2. The arrival of the millionaire and the homeless woman. A sleek black limousine pulls up to the venue. The door opens and Adam, a successful millionaire businessman, steps out first, followed by Lena, a woman in ragged clothes, unkempt hair, and shoes that clearly don't fit the occasion. Guest number 1 whispering,
"Who is that woman with Adam?"
"She doesn't look like she belongs here." Guest number 2, curious, "I don't know, but she's definitely out of place at this wedding." Scene 3. The ex-fiancée's reaction. Emily notices Adam and Lena walking toward the entrance. Her expression freezes. Her eyes narrow, and her body tenses up as she watches Lena. Adam is calm, but Lena looks around, clearly uncomfortable. Emily, whispering to herself, "What is he doing here? And who is she?" Narrator, voiceover. Emily never expected this. She thought she had moved on from Adam and their past, but now, with his unexpected guest by his side, everything she thought she knew is being questioned. Scene 4. The confrontation. Adam walks toward Emily with a smile, and Lena stands a few steps behind. Emily is stiff with anger, but tries to keep it composed. Adam warmly, "Emily, it's good to see you. This is Lena. She was in a tough spot when I met her, and I thought she could use a little kindness tonight." Emily raises an eyebrow and looks at Lena, then back at Adam, clearly shocked and annoyed. "Emily, a homeless woman? You bring her to my wedding? Is this some kind of joke, Adam?" Lena calmly, "I wasn't always homeless. I had everything once. A home, a family, a life. But life took it all away from me. Now I'm just trying to find peace." Emily scoffs, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "Emily, really? And you think this is the time for some sob story? This is my wedding day. I didn't ask for your drama, Adam." Scene 5. The unexpected truth. Adam looks at Emily seriously, his voice steady. "Adam, you think I don't know what today means for you, Emily? But the truth is, when I needed someone when I was lost, there was no one there. Not even you." Emily's expression falters, but she quickly masks it with anger. Adam continued, "Lena has shown me the kind of heart that's rare in this world. She's been through hell and still finds the strength to live with dignity." The guests are silent now, the tension thick in the air. Emily's face flushes with humiliation, but she tries to hold her composure. Emily coldly, "What do you expect me to say? That I'm sorry for you? That I care?" Scene 6. Lena's unexpected move. Lena takes a step forward, her voice surprisingly strong. "Lena, I wasn't looking for pity. I don't need your sympathy. But I've learned something in all these years. It's not about the things you have, but how you treat others. And I can see what really matters here. And it's not your wealth, Emily. It's your heart." The room goes silent. Lena's words hit hard. Emily looks around, uncomfortable, while the guests begin to murmur. Lena continued, "You see, I was invisible to you. When I lost everything, you didn't even look back. But that's okay. Because I learned to stand on my own, and I don't need anyone to validate my worth." Emily stares at Lena, her face red with a mixture of anger and humiliation. She quickly turns and walks off, leaving the wedding. The guests begin to whisper in shock. Scene 7. The aftermath. Adam and Lena stand together, watching as Emily exits the room. A few guests begin to clap, showing respect for Lena's strength. Adam smiles at her. Narrator, voiceover. It wasn't the wedding anyone expected. But sometimes, the people who change our lives the most are the ones we least expect. In a room filled with wealth and privilege, It was the woman who had nothing who reminded everyone of what truly matters. Scene 8. The resolution. Adam and Lena walk away from the crowd, side by side. Lena softly, "So, what happens now?" Adam, smiling gently, Now we live in the moment. And maybe we start something new, something better." They walk off together, leaving the past behind them and embracing an uncertain but hopeful future. Fade out. Narrator, voiceover. Sometimes, the real treasure isn't in the things we possess, but in the lives we touch, and the lessons we learn along the way. Scene 9. The unexpected change in perspective. The camera shows Adam and Lena walking through the garden outside the mansion. The night sky is clear, and the distant sound of laughter and music from the wedding reception fades as they continue walking. Adam glances over at Lena, who is deep in thought. Adam, breaking the silence, I wasn't sure how they would react, but I knew what I had to do. I had to bring you here." Lena, looking at him with a small smile, "I don't know if I was ready for that, but I guess sometimes you have to face the hardest things to finally move forward." Adam stops walking and looks at her seriously. "Adam, you've been through more than most people could handle. I've seen you fight for your life, fight for your dignity, when no one else even noticed. I just wanted to show you that you matter. Not just to me, but to everyone." Lena softly, "It wasn't your approval I needed. It was my own. And I think, for the first time in a long time, I'm starting to find it." They keep walking, and the camera lingers on their faces, showing a bond forming between them, something built on mutual respect and understanding. Scene 10. The moment of clarity. The scene shifts back to the wedding hall. Guests are still mingling, but the energy has changed. Some are whispering about the scene with Emily, but most of the attention is now on Adam and Lena. They walk back into the reception, heads held high. Narrator, voiceover. In a world where people often define themselves by what they have, it's moments like these that remind us who we really are. It's not about money, status, or appearances. It's about kindness, humility, and the courage to be vulnerable. Scene 11. The apology. Emily enters the reception hall shortly after, looking distressed. She notices Adam and Lena, then walks toward them. There's a brief moment of silence as she stands before them, looking at both of them. Her voice is soft, but there's sincerity in it. Emily softly, I owe you both an apology. I shouldn't have reacted the way I did earlier. You didn't deserve that." Adam, nodding, "It's all right, Emily. I get it. It was a lot to take in." Emily, glancing at Lena, her expression softening. "Lena, I'm sorry too. I didn't understand. But now I think I get it. I've been so focused on myself, on me, that I didn't see what was right in front of me." Lena with a quiet nod. "Thank you. That means more than you know." There's an awkward but genuine silence between them. Emily looks at both of them, then takes a step back. Emily with a hint of a smile. I think I need to rethink a few things. Maybe it's time I stop living in the past and start being more present." Lena and Adam exchange a knowing glance, a silent understanding passing between them. Emily walks away to join other guests, leaving Adam and Lena standing together. Scene 12. A new beginning. Adam looks at Lena, a small, grateful smile on his face. They both turn toward the exit as the celebration continues in the background. Adam, what do you say? You and me? We get out of here. Just for a little while. Lena, smiling brightly for the first time in a while. That sounds perfect. They walk out of the mansion together, the sound of the party growing quieter behind them. The scene fades into the night as the camera follows them down the path. Narrator, voiceover. The night ended not with the pomp and circumstance of a wedding, but with something far more meaningful, the beginning of a new chapter. For Adam and Lena, it wasn't the glitz or the glamour that mattered. It was the connection they had forged, built on truth, respect, and the strength to stand up for what really matters. Scene 13. A quiet cafe. The next day, the camera opens on a cozy, quiet cafe on a calm Sunday morning. Adam and Lena sit at a small table by the window, enjoying a peaceful breakfast. The sun shines through, casting a soft glow on their faces as they sip their coffee. The world outside feels calm and serene. Adam, grinning. I can't remember the last time I felt like this, just calm. Like nothing matters except the moment. Lena, smiling softly, looking out the window. It's amazing, isn't it? How everything can change in just one day. Yesterday, I thought I was just going to be invisible to the world forever. But now, here I am sitting in a cafe with someone who sees me for who I really am. Not for the rags or the past. Adam, nodding. I see you, Lena. And I'm glad I do. You've taught me so much about strength and resilience. Honestly, I thought I was the one with all the answers, but you've made me realize there's more to life than just success or wealth. Lena, chuckling. Funny how life works, isn't it? I used to think my life was over, that I was just another face in the crowd. But I've learned that sometimes the crowd doesn't define you. It's what you do, when no one's watching, that shapes who you are. There's a brief silence as they both sip their drinks, the weight of their words hanging in the air. Scene 14. Emily's call. Suddenly, Adam's phone buzzes on the table. He picks it up and sees Emily's name on the screen. He glances at Lena, who gives him an encouraging nod. Adam, answering the phone. Hey, Emily. What's up? Emily, voice on the phone, nervous but sincere. Hey, Adam. I know this might seem strange after everything that happened, but I've been doing a lot of thinking. And I wanted to apologize again. Not just for how I acted, but for how I treated you and Lena. There's a pause on the other end. Emily continued. I was selfish. I couldn't see past my own bitterness. But seeing the way you were with her, the way you spoke about her, it opened my eyes. I've been so focused on what I lost that I didn't realize what I could still gain. Adam, looking at Lena, a soft smile on his face. It's all right, Emily. We all have our moments. But I'm glad you've seen things differently now. Emily, hesitant. I was wondering if you're not too busy, could we meet? Maybe just for coffee? I'd like to talk more about everything.
About the past.
About moving forward. Adam glances at Lena, who gives him a nod of approval. Adam looks back at the phone, a thoughtful expression crossing his face. Adam. Yeah, sure. How about tomorrow? We can meet at the same cafe. Emily, relieved. Thanks, Adam. I really appreciate it. And I promise, I'm ready to listen now. She hangs up and Adam sets the phone down. Scene 15. A step toward healing. The next day, Adam, Lena, and Emily sit together at the same cafe. Emily looks different, more relaxed and open. The tension between them has dissipated. They all sip their drinks, and there's a new understanding in the air. Emily, looking at both of them, sincere. I don't know what you two have, but it's something real. Something I forgot to look for in my life. I spent so much time trying to control everything, but I forgot what it's like to just be with people who care. People who see you, not just what you represent. Lena, smiling gently. It's not always easy, Emily. But sometimes, we just have to let go of what we think we're supposed to be and accept who we really are. Adam. It's funny. I thought I had it all figured out. But it's not about having everything. It's about finding the right people, the right moments. The ones that truly make you feel alive. Emily, nodding, a soft smile on her face. I think I finally get that. And I'm ready to stop hiding from myself. Scene 16. A new beginning. The camera pulls back, showing the three of them sitting in the cafe, talking and laughing as the morning sun continues to shine outside. There's no more tension, no more anger. Only understanding and the quiet promise of new beginnings. Narrator, voiceover. Sometimes, life takes us down unexpected paths. We meet people who challenge our beliefs, push us to grow, and open our eyes to what truly matters. For Adam, Lena, and Emily, their paths crossed for a reason, each learning, healing, and finding their own way back to something that money could never buy. Connection. Fade out. Narrator, voiceover, continued, and in the end, it wasn't the grand gestures or the dramatic moments that defined them, it was the quiet, everyday acts of kindness that built the foundation of their new lives. Scene 17. A fresh start. A few weeks have passed. Adam, Lena, and Emily have all grown closer, with Adam and Lena continuing their budding friendship. The camera opens on a modest community center where Adam and Lena have decided to volunteer. Lena is helping prepare food in the kitchen while Adam sets up tables for a local outreach event. Narrator, voiceover. In the weeks that followed, Adam and Lena found a new kind of fulfillment. It wasn't about wealth or status anymore. It was about giving back. About finding purpose in the simple acts that make a difference in people's lives. And Emily? She found her own path to redemption. 2. Scene 18. Emily's transformation. Cut to Emily walking into the community center. She looks more grounded, wearing a casual outfit, but there's a newfound warmth in her demeanor. She spots Adam and Lena across the room and walks toward them, a wide smile on her face. Emily, approaching with excitement. I did it. I signed up for the mentorship program at the shelter. I'm going to help people who were in the same place I was, not knowing where to turn. It's time for me to make a real change. Adam, grinning. That's amazing, Emily. I'm really proud of you. Lena, nodding, her smile full of pride. You're going to do great. You've got a heart that's ready to make a difference, and now you're putting it to good use. Emily, humbly. I couldn't have done this without both of you. I've learned so much, just by watching you two. It's not about what I lost, it's about what I can give now. And that feels like a real gift. Scene 19. A new connection. Later in the day, after the event wraps up, the three of them sit together outside the community center, enjoying a moment of quiet. The sun is setting, painting the sky with soft shades of pink and orange. There's a sense of peace between them as they share a comfortable silence. Adam, looking around, taking it all in. I never thought I'd be here. Volunteering, working side by side with people like you two. I was so focused on success and image that I forgot about the things that truly matter. I forgot about connection. Lena, smiling warmly. It's funny, isn't it? Life always has a way of making you realize what's important. I used to think that I was invisible, but the truth is, everyone's visible in some way. We just have to take the time to see each other. Emily, thoughtfully. And I've spent so long seeing only the surface, what people had but not who they were. I don't want to live that way anymore. Adam, turning to them with a serious but hopeful look. I think we've all come a long way. We're no longer the people we were at that wedding, that night of so many misunderstandings. We're something new now, something better. The camera focuses on the three of them, sitting there together, each having found their own way back to themselves and to each other. Their bond, forged in a moment of tension, has blossomed into something meaningful and lasting. Narrator, voiceover. Sometimes, the people who challenge us the most, who push us to face our deepest fears and confront the truth, end up being the ones who help us discover who we are meant to be. Scene 20. Moving forward. The next scene shows Adam, Lena, and Emily working together in various community outreach projects over the coming months. They organize clothing drives, serve meals to the homeless, and spend time mentoring those who need guidance. There's a sense of fulfillment, of making a tangible difference. Narrator, voiceover, continued. For Adam, Lena, and Emily, it wasn't about what they had or what they lost. It was about what they gave. The connections they formed, the lives they touched, and the understanding they shared. Scene 21. A final moment of reflection. One last scene shows the three of them sitting on a park bench at sunset. The air is calm, and the world feels still. There's no need for words now. They've found a kind of peace together. Lena, gently. You know, I never imagined I'd end up here, helping others, finding people who truly see me. I thought I was done for. But this feels like the beginning of something new. Something real. Emily, smiling. It is. For all of us. Scene 22. A challenge from the past. The camera fades in on a chilly fall morning at the community center. Adam and Lena are busy organizing a large donation event, working side by side. Emily is inside talking to some people about mentorship opportunities. There's a sense of purpose in the air. But suddenly, Adam's phone buzzes with a message. He reads it, his face turning serious. Adam, texting back, slightly distracted. It's from my lawyer. Apparently, there's some kind of legal challenge regarding my company. They want to discuss restructuring. It's all tied to the decisions I made years ago. Lena notices his concern, her expression softening. Lena, pausing, looking up from the event preparations. Do you need to go? Adam, sighing, his eyes clouded with frustration. I thought I was done with all that. But I guess the past has a way of catching up with you, no matter how much you try to move forward. Lena, reassuring, you're not the same person anymore. Whatever comes next, you've got a new perspective now. And you've got us, Emily and me. Adam gives a half smile, appreciating her words, but there's a weight on his shoulders. Adam, I appreciate that. I'll deal with it, but it feels like all the work I've done to change is being tested. Scene 23. Emily's struggle. Cut to Emily inside the community center. She's speaking with a young woman, Sarah, who's been going through a tough time, struggling to find steady work and housing. Emily, sitting down with Sarah, offering a reassuring smile. You don't have to do this alone. We all have setbacks, but what matters is that you keep going. You can make a change. You have it in you. I know because I've been where you are. Sarah nods but looks unconvinced, her shoulders heavy with the burden of her situation.
Sarah.
I don't know. Every time I try, I fall back down. Maybe I'm just not cut out for this. Emily, gently. I thought the same thing once. But change doesn't happen overnight. You just have to take it step by step. Don't worry about the whole mountain, just focus on the next step. Emily's words have a softening effect on Sarah, who looks down but nods in understanding. Emily stands up and pats Sarah on the back. Emily warmly, we'll figure this out together. I'm here, okay? As Emily walks away from Sarah, she catches sight of Adam, standing outside the door with a troubled look on his face. She walks over to him. Emily, concerned, what's wrong, Adam? Adam, quietly, looking at her. I just got some news. The past is catching up with me again. There's a chance I might lose everything I've worked for, again. Emily, nodding thoughtfully. You know, I can't pretend to know how it feels. But you've worked hard to get where you are now. And you've helped so many people. That counts for something. Don't let one setback define you. Adam, smiling, but still feeling the weight of it all. Thanks, Emily. You're right. It's just hard not to let the fear take over. Emily, the fear is there for all of us. But it's how we face it that matters.
You've already faced so much, Adam.
And you've come out stronger.
Don't lose sight of that now.
Scene 24. A surprise twist. The next day, Adam meets with his lawyer in a dimly lit office. He's anxious, but determined. His lawyer, Mr. Daniels, pulls out some paperwork and looks up at Adam with a somber expression. Mr. Daniels, grimly, it's worse than we thought. We're looking at a major restructuring of your assets, Adam. The company's reputation has taken a serious hit over the past year. If we can't resolve these issues quickly, you could lose everything. The business, your assets, maybe even your public image. Adam, his jaw clenched. I've worked my whole life for this. I've fought tooth and nail to get where I am. Mr. Daniels, you're not the same person you were back then, Adam. But this will be a challenge. You'll need to decide what you're really willing to fight for. Is it the money? The business? Or is it the people who matter to you most? Adam sits back in his chair, the weight of those words sinking in. He stares out the window for a moment, lost in thought. The camera focuses on his face as he contemplates what truly matters to him now. Scene 25. The turning point. That evening, Adam meets Lena and Emily at the community center after the event has wrapped up. He looks more determined than ever, despite the lingering tension from the legal troubles. Adam, looking at both of them with a newfound resolve. I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm not going to let this consume me. I've spent so much of my life focused on building something that doesn't even matter in the grand scheme of things. Lena, supportively, what are you saying? Adam, I'm stepping away from the business. I'm going to sell it and use the proceeds to start something that actually makes a difference. Something that serves the people, something that helps people like Lena, like Emily, and like Sarah. Emily, surprised, but moved. Adam, that's a big decision. Are you sure? Adam, nodding, with quiet confidence. I'm sure. This is the first time in my life that I feel like I'm doing the right thing. I don't need wealth to feel fulfilled anymore. I need purpose. Lena smiles proudly, and Emily's eyes light up with admiration. The three of them share a look of shared understanding, as if they've all crossed an invisible threshold into something much greater than they had ever imagined. Narrator, voiceover. In life, we're often faced with moments of uncertainty, moments when the choices we make shape the people we become. For Adam, Lena, and Emily, their journey had only just begun. But one thing was clear: they had found something more valuable than anything money could buy, a sense of purpose, a deep connection to one another, and the courage to face whatever challenges came their way. Scene 26, a new chapter. The final scene shows Adam, Lena, and Emily working together at the community center, organizing a large-scale outreach program for at-risk youth. There's a sense of hope and accomplishment in the air. Adam looks at both of them, his face filled with gratitude. Adam, to Lena and Emily, smiling, "I never would have thought this is where I'd be, but I'm glad I'm here. With you too. This is what it's all about." Lena laughing, "We're just getting started." Emily nodding, a soft smile on her face. "Together, we've built something that matters. And I think that's worth more than anything we could have had before." The camera pulls back as they work, showing the energy, the connections, and the impact they're making. Their journey continues, and it's just beginning. Narrator, voiceover, final thought. The true value of life is not in what we accumulate, but in the lives we touch, the hearts we change, and the love we share. For Adam, Lena, and Emily, their path was never about the destination. It was about the people they became along the way. Scene 27. The ripple effect. A few months later, the community center has expanded its programs, with Adam, Lena, and Emily now leading a variety of initiatives. The camera shows them in action, working with local youth, organizing a food drive, and hosting job training workshops. Adam is meeting with some potential donors who are interested in supporting the community's growth. Narrator, voiceover. What started as a few small steps to make a difference in their lives had snowballed into something far greater. Adam, Lena, and Emily had become pillars in their community, each of them learning and growing as they worked side by side to build something lasting. Adam sits with a group of business people in the community center's conference room. He's presenting the programs they've developed, how they've been able to help people get back on their feet, find jobs, and reintegrate into society. There's a quiet pride in his voice. Adam, passionately, "Our mission is simple. We don't just want to provide food or shelter. We want to give people hope. We want to create opportunities for those who've been overlooked, those who need a hand up, not just a handout." One of the business people, Mr. Thompson, a wealthy philanthropist, raises an eyebrow. "Mr. Thompson, I see the vision. But how sustainable is this long term? You're asking us to invest in something that's not just about financial returns, but also about social change." Adam, confidently, "It's about people, about giving people the tools they need to succeed. And when you give people the right foundation, the returns are immeasurable. It's not about instant profit. It's about the long-term impact we can make in their lives." The group exchanges looks. Mr. Thompson nods thoughtfully. Mr. Thompson, finally, "All right, I'm in. I think this is worth backing. Let's see what we can do to help you grow this even further." Adam's eyes light up. He reaches out to shake hands with Mr. Thompson, sealing the deal. The camera lingers on Adam's face, a mix of excitement and fulfillment. Narrator, voiceover. For Adam, this wasn't just about securing funding, it was a confirmation that the world was ready for the change he believed in. But more than anything, it was proof that the work they were doing was making a difference. Scene 28. Emily's growth. Meanwhile, Emily is in a meeting with Sarah, the young woman from the community center who had once struggled to find stability. Sarah is now working at a local restaurant and is back in school. Emily hands her a small envelope. Emily, smiling, "I know you've been thinking about furthering your education, Sarah. So I talked to a few people and I was able to secure a scholarship for you. This is just the beginning, okay?" Sarah, her eyes wide with surprise. "You did this for me?" Emily, "I don't know what to say." Emily, grinning, "Say thank you when you graduate. And then pass it on to someone else, all right?" Sarah hugs Emily tightly, visibly moved by her support. Sarah, teary-eyed, "You saved my life, Emily. I don't think you realize how much this means to me." Emily, holding her for a moment before letting go. No, you saved your life, Sarah. I'm just here to help you see that you have everything it takes to succeed. Sarah nods, smiling, as she looks down at the scholarship letter in her hand. Narrator, voiceover. Emily's journey had come full circle. From being a woman consumed by bitterness to becoming someone who was giving others the very hope she had once lost, she had found her true calling. And with every life she touched, her own was enriched. Scene 29. Lena's breakthrough. Lena is in a meeting with a group of young women who are part of a new mentorship program she started at the community center. She's listening to one of them, Tara, who's sharing her struggles with balancing school and work. Tara, sighing, I don't know if I'm ever going to get ahead. Every time I try to focus on school, something else comes up. Bills, work, my mom. I feel like I'm just spinning my wheels. Lena, leaning in, offering a comforting smile. I get it. Life throws a lot of curveballs. But let me tell you something. I've been exactly where you are. I've been told I wouldn't make it, that I wasn't worth anything. And now look at me. I'm here. You're not alone in this. Tara looks at her with gratitude. Tara, how do you keep going, though? What if it's just too much? Lena, you keep going because you're stronger than you think. And it's okay to ask for help when you need it. I'm here for you. You've got a whole team here behind you. Don't forget that. Tara nods, feeling a sense of relief and support. Lena pats her on the shoulder as she leaves to attend her next session. Narrator, voiceover. Lena had become a guiding light for the women who walked through the center's doors. Once someone who had lived in the shadows, she now stood in the light, offering others the same encouragement she had fought so hard to find. Scene 30. A celebration of change. The camera fades to a celebration at the community center, where Adam, Lena, Emily, and the rest of the team are gathered. They're celebrating the success of their latest initiative, and the room is filled with laughter and a sense of accomplishment. Adam takes the stage to give a speech. Adam, grinning, raising his glass. To all of you who believed in the vision and the work we're doing here, I want to say thank you. But especially to Lena and Emily, who have been my rock and my inspiration every step of the way. You've taught me what it means to give, to truly see people for who they are. And, because of you, we're changing lives every single day. Lena and Emily smile, both visibly moved by Adam's words. The crowd cheers as they raise their glasses in unison. Lena, smiling at Adam, raising her glass. And to you, Adam. You showed us what it means to lead with heart. Emily, laughing softly. Here's to all of us. To new beginnings, to the people we've become, and to the lives we've touched. Narrator, voiceover. The road they'd walked together had not been easy. But each step, each challenge, had brought them closer to the truth that change wasn't something they waited for, it was something they created. Scene 31. A future together. The camera pulls back, showing Adam, Lena, and Emily standing together, surrounded by the people they've helped and the community they've built. The sun is setting in the background, casting a warm glow on their faces. There's a sense of peace, of accomplishment, and of hope for the future. Narrator, voiceover, final words. In the end, it's not the trials we face that define us, but the choices we make in those moments. Adam, Lena, and Emily learned that the greatest wealth isn't measured by the money we accumulate but by the lives we touch, the love we give, and the legacy we leave behind. Scene 32. New challenges on the horizon. Several months later, the community center is thriving. There are new programs, more volunteers, and an ever-growing network of supporters. But Adam, Lena, and Emily are now facing an unexpected challenge. The local government has announced changes to funding for social programs that could impact the center's operations. Narrator, voiceover. While Adam, Lena, and Emily had built something extraordinary, they quickly learned that even the strongest foundations could be tested. Change was inevitable, but how they responded to it would define their next chapter. Adam is in a meeting with Councilwoman Pierce, who has come to discuss the funding cuts. She sits across from him in the community center's main office. Councilwoman Pierce, matter-of-factly, Adam, as you know, the city's budget is tight. Social programs are taking the hardest hit. I'm afraid the funding your center receives is being cut by 30%. This could seriously affect the programs you've built. Adam, feeling the weight of it, we've made so much progress here. These programs are helping hundreds of people. Cutting funds would undo all the work we've done. Councilwoman Pierce, sympathetically, I understand, but it's out of my hands. There's only so much we can do with the available resources. You'll have to figure out a way to make it work with less. Adam stands up, frustration creeping into his voice. Adam, firmly, we won't let it fall apart. There has to be a way to make sure this place keeps running. We're not just a community center, we're a lifeline for so many people. I'm not going to give up that easily. Councilwoman Pierce sighs, standing as well. Councilwoman Pierce, I'm not saying you should, but it's going to be a tough fight. You'll need to get creative. As she leaves, Adam stands still for a moment, his mind racing. The pressure of keeping everything afloat feels overwhelming, but the fire in him is unshaken. Narrator, voiceover. With every challenge came a choice. How would they respond? Adam knew the weight of this moment, and the responsibility he felt for the center was greater than ever. But it wasn't just his fight anymore. Scene 33. Lena's insight. Later that evening, Lena and Adam sit at a table in the community center, the weight of the conversation with Councilwoman Pierce still lingering. Lena is thoughtfully staring at a stack of papers when Adam speaks. Adam, frustrated, I don't know what to do, Lena. They've slashed funding, and we're already running on a tight budget. If we lose these programs, we lose everything we've built. Lena, looking up, calm and collected, we've been through worse. We can adapt, but we can't do it alone. Maybe it's time to think outside the box. Let's get more people involved. Let's turn this into a movement, not just a center. Adam, raising an eyebrow, what do you mean? Lena, I mean that we can rally the community. We've got passionate people here. If we can show that we're more than just a place where people come to get help, but a place where people come together to give help, then we might find a way to make this work. Fundraising, crowdsourcing, even public support, there are options. But we need to make it clear that we're not just surviving. We're thriving. Adam, nodding slowly, I like that. It's not about just keeping the doors open. It's about igniting something bigger than just us. Lena, smiling, exactly. We've built trust. Now it's time to show people the impact we're having. Let's make sure they can't ignore us. Adam looks at her, a renewed sense of hope sparking in his eyes. The two of them begin brainstorming, drawing up plans to launch a new fundraising campaign. Narrator, voiceover. In the face of adversity, Adam and Lena found a new strength. It wasn't about fighting the system alone, it was about mobilizing the people they had inspired. Together, they could create a force that couldn't be ignored. Scene 34. Emily's role in the movement. As the idea takes shape, Emily becomes deeply involved in spreading the word. She speaks at local schools, attends town hall meetings, and rallies people who have benefited from the programs. Emily shares her own story of transformation, inspiring others to get involved. Emily, on stage at a town meeting, speaking to a room full of concerned citizens, I was lost. I didn't know where to turn. But this community gave me a chance. It didn't just give me a meal or a bed. It gave me hope. It helped me believe that I could have a future. And I'm not the only one. There are hundreds of people who've been given that same chance. She pauses, looking out at the crowd. Emily, passionately, we are a community of change. And we can't let that die. We need your help. If you believe in what we're doing here, if you believe in the power of giving people a chance, then I ask you to stand with us. Together, we can make sure that no one gets left behind. The room erupts into applause. Emily's words have struck a chord with the audience. Several people in the room raise their hands, pledging to help in any way they can. Narrator, voiceover. As Emily shared her story, she became more than just a symbol of change. She became the voice that united the community. Her authenticity, her journey from despair to hope, inspired others to take action. And together, they began to push back against the cuts that threatened to dismantle everything they had worked for. Scene 35, a show of support. Days later, The community center hosts a massive event, a fundraiser to rally support for the programs. The event is filled with local leaders, volunteers, and families who have benefited from the center's work. There's a palpable energy in the air. Adam takes the stage to address the crowd. Adam, addressing the crowd, his voice full of emotion. We've fought hard to get here, and we've been met with obstacles. But this right here, shows me that we are not alone. This is more than just a center, it's a movement. And as long as we stand together, we will not let anyone take this away from us. The crowd erupts into cheers and applause. People begin donating, signing petitions, and offering their support in every way they can. Narrator, voiceover. What started as a small group of determined individuals had now become a united front, proof that when a community believes in something, they can change the world. Scene 36. Victory and a new beginning. Weeks later, the effort pays off. The funding cuts are reversed. The community has successfully rallied to save the center, and Adam, Lena, and Emily stand together, celebrating their hard-won victory. Adam, standing with Lena and Emily, his voice filled with pride. We did it. This is just the beginning. We've shown what we're capable of when we come together. Emily, smiling, her eyes glistening with emotion. And we're not stopping here. We're just getting started. Lena, grinning, I knew we could do it. This community's stronger than we thought. Let's keep going. The three of them share a look of solidarity, knowing that whatever comes next, they've built something powerful, a foundation of hope, a community of support, and a future full of possibility. Narrator, voiceover, final thought. In life, the greatest challenges often lead to the greatest victories. Adam, Lena, and Emily had discovered that by standing together, they could overcome anything. And through their journey, they learned that the power to change the world lies in the connections we make, the communities we build, and the hearts we open. And